What up, everybody? It's the Rottweiler Patriots. I'm Vegas,
I'm T-Bone.
and we're coming at you with another video today where we're going to be doing our Week 18 Power Rankings. This is where we discuss who we think are the top 10 teams in the NFL headed into Week 18. And with that being said, let's hop right into this one. Coming in at number 10, we've got ourselves the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs able to get the job done against the Cincinnati Bengals in a bit of ugly fashion, but a win is a win, and the Chiefs are going to win their division, going to host a playoff game, have a solid record. They haven't been the most convincing team, but they've won most of the games that they've needed to win. T-Bone, your thoughts?
They are most certainly not the best team in the AFC by far. They just barely squeezed out a win against the Bengals, and they've just looked very unconvincing, like you've said. But they are the Chiefs, so they have been able to squeak by with this record, and that's why they are at number 10.
Yep, they definitely have some things they got to improve upon, although I think everybody, including us, is rooting for them to not do that. Alrighty, coming in at number 9, we've got ourselves the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks fall to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's definitely going to put a hurting on their playoff hopes. But the Seahawks are still a pretty well-built team. I think they just ran into the BS of Mike Tomlin's winning season record streak, whatever. I don't know. The Pittsburgh Steelers make no sense to me, okay? But anyways, the Seahawks are still a very, very good football team who are more than capable of beating some of the best teams in this league. And they've had a pretty good year so far. Obviously, some struggles, especially with some injuries in the middle of the season, has hurt their record. But I still think that they're going to be a tough team for anyone to beat. T-Bone, your thoughts?
They really are. They've had their ups and the downs, but I do think that they are one of the better teams, just overall. And it's just with honestly the Steelers game. It's just Mike Tomlin selling his soul to the devil for getting 2 Super Bowls early in his career and being constantly mid. So not much you can do about that, but they still can make some noise as just an overall team and in their division. Even though they have a good division, they're still moving and shaking. That's why they're here.
Absolutely. They've had, given the teams that they've had to play, they've had a pretty tough schedule, but they've been resilient, and resiliency can take you pretty far in this league. Alrighty, coming in at number 8, we've got ourselves the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, quote-unquote, defeat the Detroit Lions, even though they literally lost to the Detroit Lions, but of course the referees had other ideas, so it'll go as a win for Dallas and completely screw over the entire NFC playoff picture. Now, this is nothing against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys did nothing wrong in this scenario. Now, it's fun to hate on the Cowboys, but this isn't a reason to do so. They're still a very good football team, and obviously, went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the NFL with the Detroit Lions. Fell just short, had to be boosted there at the end. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, and they're in a very, very good spot, especially with the Eagles losing to win their division. T-Bone, your thoughts?
Yeah, despite that win over the Lions, they still are here. But they're still a good team, still a top 10 team in the league. They can still make moves and stuff, and especially with that, the Eagles loss, the division is still up for grabs. So they certainly can climb up this list with how they've played. They've just, they've been having a bit of up and down here and there, but they are solid, which is why they are here.
Absolutely. Very, very talented football team. Obviously, concerns about coaching, consistency, this, that. Can they get over that San Fran hump? They seem to have gotten over their Philly hump, but can they get over that San Fran hump? Remains to be seen, but they're still a good team. Alrighty, coming in at number 7, we've got ourselves the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins get absolutely murdered by the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's a familiar feeling for a lot of football teams. But I think it's safe to say the Dolphins are frauds, but regardless of that, they still have a very talented offense, great football team, won a lot of games, in a position to win their division. Obviously going to have to beat the Buffalo Bills, a team who they lost to earlier this year, to get the job done, but they've still won a lot of football games and have the potential to be a very, very scary team in the playoffs. T-Bone, your thoughts?
They absolutely do. They are still a very good team, very solid, put together team. Despite some of the injuries and their sputtering at the end, they are still a very, very good team. Solid pieces, like I've said. So they will have, to fight the Bills next week, but overall, solid stuff.
Absolutely. Now, again, a lot of questions for them, but also a lot of questions for, almost everybody on this list, to be honest. That's really just how bad the league has been this year. And coming in at number 6, we've got ourselves the Buffalo Bills. The Bills beat the Patriots in rather unconvincing fashion, 27-21. Struggles on offense. Defense had a big day, though. Won them that football game on top of the Patriots' own confidence. But regardless, the Bills are a win away from the division title. Will be battling Miami for the division in Week 18. Huge game for them. But they, despite the last couple of weeks being a bit off, they've generally picked it up the last couple of months and really started to figure themselves out a bit more as a football team. T-Bone, your thoughts?
They really did. They went from 6-6 to 10-6 now. They've been on a tear. So I mean, I applaud them. Josh Allen has really been the motor engine of their offense, despite the massive amount of turnovers, and their defense is doing what they need to do. So that's kind of just that. Right now, they are playing better than the Dolphins are, but that's not set in stone. But really, they have been just playing very well. They've had their ups and downs, but they really seem to get their head on straight this late in the season.
Absolutely, and just having Josh Allen, that'll take him very far, even if the rest of the team struggles. So, just because of Josh Allen, there's someone to watch out for, especially come playoff time. And coming in at number 5, we've got ourselves the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams able to get the job done against the New York Giants. Giants kind of looked a little bit better the last few weeks. Made it a tough battle for Los Angeles, but the Rams able to fight them off, get the job done, get another win, and really put themselves in a great position to make the playoffs. They control their own destiny when they're in, and they've looked like one of the best teams in the NFL. The only reason their record is as low as 9-7 is because of some mid-season injuries, but they are fully healthy and very, very scary. T-Bone, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's they are starting to get their act together. I mean, they have already, but they're really moving along. They're primed to set up to fight the Lions in the playoffs. So they had hiccups with their injuries, but they are doing quite well to overcome that and sort of come back to what they were sort of 2021 season. And one more good game from Puka, and he cracks the cracks the rookie receiving yards record. So that I mean, yeah, not much else to say. Solid defense, solid special teams, solid offense. Really, just working together, doing what they need to do.
Absolutely. And you got Matt Stafford leading that crew as well. He has been an underrated football player this year and the heart and soul of a very, very good offense. Alrighty, coming in at number 4, we've got ourselves the Detroit Lions. The Lions get royally screwed, maybe harder than the Saints did in 2018. But they beat the Cowboys, but it's going to go as a loss because the NFL referees are completely and utterly incompetent, which, I mean, you didn't really need this game to tell you that, but they claim another victim in Detroit who historically have been the most screwed team in the history of the NFL by referee calls. You go all the way back. That analysis has been done. And you feel bad for Lions fans because they have a very, very good football team, and they had a chance at that number 1 seed, but it was robbed of them by the refs, but still a scary, scary good football team. Dan Campbell's doing a good job coaching them. Jared Goff playing well, the whole team playing pretty well, and they're looking like they might be one of the toughest teams to beat in this entire league. T-Bone, your thoughts?
The very fact that if all goes right, we could have a Browns-Lions Super Bowl is just baffling to me. Yes, the Lions did lose this week, but it was over some very, very questionable things, and just a lot smelled wrong. But Dan Campbell is still leading his working crew to the playoffs. Defense is good, offense is good. They've got just a nice duo with Montgomery and Gibbs. Nice air attack, solid special teams. Like I said, solid defense. So all around, they are doing just fine. The Dan Campbell Lions turnaround should be studied. If not for Kevin Stefanski, by the way, I think Campbell should be Coach of the Year. And I'm fine with Co-Coach of the Year as well. I'm fine with co-awards. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions, like you said, a lot of credit to Dan Campbell for what he's been able to do with this team, and he fights for his boys in a way that, a lot of head coaches don't. He truly loves this team and will do anything for him, and you saw him grilling the refs for what happened, and when you got that kind of leader, that alone can really do wonders for a team.
Makes you want to run through a brick wall.
Do whatever it takes to win, and the Lions are a team prepped to do that. Alrighty, coming in at number 3, we've got ourselves the Cleveland Browns. The Browns beat the Jets in pretty comfortable fashion this past Thursday, able to get the job done, and they continue to look like one of the best teams in the entire NFL. Joe Flacco continues to make things happen. He has been excellent since returning to the NFL this year. Was with the Jets before, kind of sat out. Browns needed a guy, came in, boom. And he's playing some elite football at an older age. Excited to see him doing well. The rest of the team as well, man. That defense is scary, scary good. David Njoku, ever since Flacco's come in, has really stepped up in a big way. And Cleveland are just firing on all cylinders right now, looking like they might be one of the toughest teams in the entire league to beat. T-Bone, your thoughts?
I'm telling you, Joe Flacco is elite. You have to trust me. Trust it. He's great spiral, and Njoku, Amari Cooper, Ford, really their offensive weapons have been doing what they need to do to win games. And on top of that, an absolutely stellar defense with Myles Garrett as Defensive Player of the Year frontrunner currently. And just great work it really is. You think with the Nick Chubb and the quarterback injuries that stops them. It doesn't. It fuels them forward. So it's good to see them continuing to thrive despite the problems. And they're working together, and they have proven themselves to be a good team, a good team.
Absolutely. Really excited to see what they're able to do. And I'll actually be rooting for them now that Deshaun Watson is out of the picture. Alrighty, coming in at number 2, we've got ourselves the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners able to get the job done against the Washington Commanders pretty comfortably, have clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC. They've been one of the best and most complete teams in the league this year. They've been very, very good. Only reason they have 4 losses is due to 1, running into the best team in the league, and 2, a few injuries and bad ref calls earlier in the year. But regardless, San Fran, a very, very good football team. The favorites to make the Super Bowl out of the NFC. T-Bone, your thoughts?
Yeah, they are the favorites, and they are doing good. They've got firing on all cylinders. Special teams, defense, offense, great stuff. Great stuff. I believe this is the end. Brock Purdy, most passing yards by a 49er in NFL history in one season. I think the first 1,000-yard duo pair since, I want to say, no, it couldn't be Jerry Rice. It's the first time in a while that they've had an 1,000-yard pair. So really, they're MVP frontrunners. They're just good stuff. Good, just a great team. Enough said.
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty well understood how good San Francisco is. The only team that it really feels like they would have a tough time against is Baltimore, largely because they had a tough time against Baltimore. But regardless, they're a scary, scary good team, and everyone in the league should be on notice. And finally, coming in at number 1, we've got ourselves the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens absolutely murder the Miami Dolphins, clinching the number 1 seed in the AFC. And they have been the best team in the NFL this year, bar none. They have been such a fun team to watch, and they've honestly just done a really, really good job all throughout the year, winning football games, doing what they gotta do. Lamar Jackson's playing excellent. Credit to John Harbaugh for the way he's coached this team. They're just doing great all across the board. T-Bone, your thoughts?
Yeah, so just the Ravens are the best team, bar none. Just a great team, just steamrolling, through crap. And it should tell you a lot that once Lamar gets his receiver game in order, with actual receivers and not just Mark Andrews and a bunch of generated by players. No offense, guys. He can go far. So, I don't know about MVP yet. Still, I mean, he is a front runner, but I'm not. I don't know. I would not maybe say all of that, but because his stats just aren't great. But he is a front runner, and the Ravens are a great team, defense, offense, really special teams, and yeah, just a great team. Enough said.
Absolutely. The scariest team in the NFL, the best team in the NFL. They're the team that everybody's going to be looking to stop, but few probably can. Alrighty, that is going to round out our top 10. Coming in at number 10, we've got the Chiefs. Number 9, the Seahawks. Number 8, the Cowboys. Number 7, the Dolphins. Number 6, the Bills. Number 5, the Rams. Number 4, the Lions. Number 3, the Browns. Number 2, the 49ers. And number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. Please be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Feel free to drop your own top 10 or anything else you'd like. We would love to hear what you all have to say. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And we will see you all in the next video.